So there has been a new addition of trait system in ARK, which will now have an effect on your ranged weapons, melee weapons, and also on the armor you wear. And some of these traits are really amazing, and this video will see just that. And if you do find this video informational, don't forget to smash the like button, as it always helps with the algorithm, and subscribe and share around, as that always supports the channel. With that, let's get right into this one. So these are the traits that have been added in the game, and basically they are gonna be an addition or attachment to all your weapons, your melees, your armor, and all the stuff like that. But before we even dive into this, how do you actually acquire them? So as of recording this video, there are two ways to get the trait. Now you can get them either by doing the OSC drops, or you can get them from the armor doggo, which you'll get in a second. So if you're doing the OSC drops, you will get the lesser traits in the easy and medium, which is the blue and yellow. When you go to the hard OSC drops, you will get either the greater or the moderate one, but mostly the moderate. And if you go the legendary route, you will get almost 50-50%, which is the moderate and greater, then maybe a little more of greater and a little less of moderate traits. But coming to armor doggo, to get the traits through the armor doggo, all you need to do is kill creatures, similar to that of the scorched Bob Tall Tales shovel, which we had to kill creatures and get the map and dig. But in this case, you have to use the armor doggo to kill creatures. Then the armor doggo gets a map called the hex infected map, after which you have to consume the map, which will show you a pin mark where exactly the item is. And all you have to do is just go to that place with the companion mode on, and then once the dog just comes up, he will start searching the place and dig out the treasure. That's pretty much it. You're mostly gonna get traits in it, but the traits found with the armor doggo are at random, which is another neat way to get the trait. Now I have tried the bosses. I've tried the gamma, I've tried the beta, I've tried the alpha, all the king titans, and I didn't get any traits. So I'm not sure if you get traits from the bosses. I have also done the alpha king titan twice, but realistically, if you're not getting trait after doing the king titan even once, it's not worth it. You rather spend your time in legendary waves doing 100+ waves, because that's the sweet spot for getting a lot of traits in one bunch. Granted, it's going to be difficult, but with the tribe and boss level gigas or karch, you can pretty much get it done easily. At 130+ waves, you get around 50-ish traits, which will be almost equally distributed among greater and the moderate trait, which is the best way to get them as of now. And also, all the other OSC drops tend to only drop 1 or 2 traits at the max level that you get, because it is a set wave. So the legendary is the best way to go to find those traits. So now that we know how to get it and which OSD drops gives the most, let's get into how to equip it and what exactly it offers. So to equip it, you will need the makeshift mega lab, which I already have the video covered, and I have it sorted out in here. So we have projectile, we have melee, we have gun, and we have armor. These are all the types of traits that you're gonna get. So every set has 5 traits. Now we will check each trait in order as per the folder arranged. So let's go with projectile. Now for the items that it affect, is gonna be the bow, the compound bow, the crossbow, the tech gun, the goo gun, the harpoon launcher, and the rocket launcher. It doesn't affect any of the ammo. As you can see, we have a bunch of ammo here. It doesn't affect the cannon, so those are out of the question. But let's go with the first one, which is gonna be the greater echoing. Now this basically has a 10% chance of fire 2 additional times from the same location as the original projectile. Each shot fires 0.2 seconds after the previous projectile. So for that, let's just do the compound bow. So here we have a little bit of a testing range, and now to equip it, all you have to do is put the weapon inside your makeshift lab, like so. Then you want to head to projectile. So we're going to use a greater echoing, so let's take that out, and all you have to do is drag and drop it like any attachment. There we go. It'll get a purple indicator saying that it has the trait applied to it. As you can see in the purple, all the texts are here, and then all we need to do is just equip it. So now once we have it equipped, we're going to fire shots and see if it indeed fires 2 more additional shots. So let's test this out. We're going to pull the full bow. 524. I think that's the headshot damage. Yep. 524, 524, 524. So far, no double shots. Just pulling it all the way in and firing it. There we go. Triple. Holy shit, that was 1,575 damage. That is insane. So it goes literally triple shot in a second. That is insane. Look at that. That was after firing three more arrows. That is crazy. That is crazy. So let's just count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the sixth shot, 1,574 damage, which is three. It's equivalent to firing 3 arrows in one shot, which is crazy. And imagine having this on the tech gun and stuff like that. It's going to make a massive difference when you're firing at a huge burst. So this is going to be amazing for taming as well, because imagine having trank arrows. That's going to work 3 more times of the torpor, and you can use it for different scenarios in this case. But now you may be asking how to remove it. It's simple. All you need to do, put it back inside your makeshift mega lab and remove item trait. Don't worry, it doesn't get destroyed. It just removes it as an attachment, and you have it right besides here. So let's put that back in. Now we have the next one, which is going to be Greater Ambusher. So for this one, it is going to be after not dealing or receiving any kind of damage for 30 seconds, this weapon's next attack deals an additional 100% damage. And let's test this out. So the dummy doesn't work. So what we're going to do, I have a Rex trapped here. I'm going to take damage from it, and after 30 seconds, I'm going to give it a headshot. Now a compound bow headshot does 734 damage. So let's go ahead and check this out. Come on, get a nibble. Get a nibble in. Wait, are Rex supposed to be friendly? There we go. So we're going to count 30 seconds. We're going to pull the bow fully. So 734 should be the damage on the head. Still the same. So I really don't know how this thing works, because basically it says after not dealing or receiving damage. Wait. I think we're doing this test totally wrong. Let's first remove the trait. Let's remove the item trait. So if it's 364, another 100% additional damage would make it 734. If it does 364 on the head, so we did the test right, but we just didn't test it without the trait. So with the trait, it does 734 damage on the headshot. Without the trait, it was 367. So yeah, this thing is pretty amazing. Basically 30 seconds wait time, and then you have to kill. There's no buff indicator, which is sad to see. I wish they would have added a buff indicator so we knew when the buff came in, if there was a cooldown period, but there's no buff indicator for this thing. That is quite neat, to be honest. It's going to help you in various circumstances. So let's go on to the next one, which is the Game Hunters. Now basically what this does is projectile fired by this weapons deal 5% increased damage to alpha, boss, and corrupted creatures. So we have corrupted Rex to test it out on. First, we're going to try it without the trait just to see how much damage it actually does. So let's do a full pull. 440. Now let's go and equip the trait. So with the trait, full draw. 463. I mean, it's not quite a lot, but it does help. It does help. So imagine a tech gun and use this against corrupted creatures. It's going to help you a lot. So next one we have is Greater Assassins. Now this one is going to be projectiles fired by this weapon increase location based damage by 25%, which is going to be insane, especially if we're doing headshot damages. So let's go ahead and equip that. There we go. Assassins. Let's put that for a bow. So let's go and do a headshot. 459. I think it was in the 300 range that we're getting headshot. I'll put the exact number on the screen, but now we're getting 459. This is going to be crazy. For most of these I'm seeing as a taming gain for the torpor, because these are all primitive that I'm using. So imagine using a higher quality weapon, it's going to be crazy. But the worst part is you cannot put this on pump shotguns, which would be amazing for boss runs, especially with the assassin's trait giving 25% on headshots, plus you cannot even use it for the 5% increased damage to the bosses. So it's a really left out option for the shotguns, because we mostly go rolling with shotguns for boss fights, but it will be useful for tech guns. So tech caves where you use the tech rifle, it's going to be helpful for that. It's going to be helpful for using rocket launches. It's going to be helpful for compound bows. So those are the main aspects I'm seeing. So mainly taming and a little bit of boss hunting and alpha or corrupted creatures killing. And on to a final projectile, which I'm going to do something different. So we have been using the compound bow, but for this one, we're going to use the goo gun. We have the anti-grav, which is going to be basically projectiles fired by this weapon have their speed increased by 50% and reduce the effect of gravity on them by 50%. So basically, the drop off of the projectile is going to be reduced and you're going to go greater distance. So first we'll just shoot the goo gun here. We'll shoot it from this tech generator and see how much further it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna aim at this hexagon, okay, and I'm gonna shoot. So that's right now my distance. Okay, so that is basically the second last foundation. Now let's equip it with the trait. So there we go. Let's put that in a hotbar, and we aimed it at that hexagon. Okay, go, perfect. Look at that. Holy crap, that is amazing. Not only for the goo gun, this is just to test how much of a difference it makes. So we were at the second last foundation, and now it's going past that, and maybe additional 3 foundations or 4. I think 3 foundations. Yep, it's like 3 foundations increase, so that's a total of 4 foundations further than the first one. That is insane for reducing the drop off on your bows, on the crossbows, and other stuff. So let's remove all these traits, and that is the projectile traits completely done. It is amazing. So we're gonna put this back in here. Now all these are the items that I found that are working with it. If I did miss out on any, don't forget to comment it down below. And sadly, it doesn't work on any other ammo type. So now following up to that, we have our melee. So these are the 5 traits we get in melee. Now this works on the primitive hatchet, it works on the primitive stone pick, it works on the primitive torch, it works on the shovel, it works on the scissors, it works on the pike, scythe, metal pick, metal hatchet, the lance if you ever use it, electric prod, the whip, the club, and the sword. It doesn't work on the stopwatch, it doesn't work on the chainsaw, it doesn't work on the spear, and even the explosive spear, which I'm gonna make a new video on coming soon, so don't forget to subscribe. So the first one we're gonna try is the Greater Berserker. Increases the wielder speed by 5%, but increases damage taken by 10%. So it is kind of a double-edged sword, but let's go ahead and try it. So here we have our test Rex inside the cage. Let's go ahead and test this out. So without the trait, 71. And how much damage does it do to me? Let's see that. So we're doing 71 damage. 10. Okay, so now let's test it out with the trait. So remember, the damage was 71 and the damage taken was 10. Now let's see how fast we do this. Okay, there is a difference in the attacking speed. And how much damage are we taking now? It's not something I would say worth it, and the damage we're taking is 11. I wouldn't say this is like a must-have. I don't know, I'll leave this up to you. Comment it down if you think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth farming that many waves. So that is it for the Greater Berserker, and now on to our next one. So now that we're done with the Greater Berserker, we're gonna go with the next one, which is the Greater Workers. Now this one has 15% more damage to structures and non-carcass resources. So for this test, we're gonna test the hatchet. Okay, so we have 2 doors here. Let's do first with a normal hatchet. There we go, 6,236. Also, as for resources, 1 hit, 2 sand. Now let's get the traits in. Greater Workers trait in. Now let's test the hatchet with the trait. Okay, so there is a difference, but I'll leave it up to you if that's a lot. It's like 2 more additional damage. So let's check the resources. We got 2 sand. 1 sand and 2 stone. 1 sand and 2 stone. 3 sand. So for resources, yes, this is going to be helpful. For damaging someone's base, I think you're better off throwing grenades at the wooden door. And on to our next one. So the next one is by far my favorite, which is the life drinking. Basically a life steal in ARK, and this is going to be amazing. Let's see. So it heals 10% of damage you deal with this weapon to max of 5% of your HP. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to respec my character to an HP build. Now we have respec our character, and there's 75 levels of health. So it comes to 840 health. Okay, let's go and try killing something, but first we need to get some damage. So here we have our Fiomia, and we have 334 health. So let's take a few hits at it. 342. Okay. 352, 360, 367. Oh, that is insane. That is insane. Let's see how we can do when something is attacking us back, okay? Yo, this is crazy. This is by far the best trade that I want to have when I'm killing creatures. With an HP build, look at this. I am not going sub 400. That is crazy. Yo. It's about 10 HP to 8 HP when I have 840 hit points. So that is really insane to take down creatures. So if you have a full spec HP build with a sword and stuff and you just want to go killing stuff, you can do that with the high armor. As you can see, we did break our armor. That is why we're taking more damage. But if you have a good armor and have a nice sword, with the amount of HP you keep gaining, is really hard to kill you when you are at the top end. But that is an amazing trait to have. By far my most favorite trait in the game yet. And on to our next one. And our next trait is going to be the Greatest Rogue trait. Now what this does is damage dealt from behind the target is increased by 40%. So basically it's introducing stealth kills into ARK. So any attacks from behind and you're sneaking with a ghillie suit or stuff like that, you can do 40% more damage than what you usually do. So let's go ahead and apply it for our sword. There we go. So we have an ARK kill on here. I got him because he's the slowest thing and the easiest to test this out. So let's attack him from front. That is 53. Okay, go ahead and sneak up, attack him. So that's about 75. Not bad. So 75 from the back. So 22 additional damage. That is not bad in the slightest. So sneak attack is gonna be a new thing in ARK. And if you can sneak up on something and have a good sword, you can get a good chunk of damage. You can keep running around stuff and trying to attack behind, getting much more damage for this trade. And on to our next one. And the last one that we have in the melee category is the Greater Shielding. Hits against non-allied living creatures grants you shield for 5% of your max HP, stacking up to 5 times. Okay, so this is again going to come in if you have an HP build, which we do right now. So let's go ahead and apply this on our sword. Here we have a total 1, 2, 3. As you can see down below, we're getting shield melee trait. That's going up in timer. Okay, that's not a timer. I think that's your actual shield. Okay, so wait 1 second. Let me max it out. So it maxes out at 210. Let me get another hit. Come on. Let's go around it. There we go. So 210 is your max armor you're gonna get, and then it goes away. So it's not gonna hold up, but 210 is the max. Okay, there we go. That's a Rex. Okay. Okay, first let's see how much does it do damage wise. Okay, that's doing 10 damage to me. Okay, let's hit it once. Immunity. So it's like an additional armor on top of your clothes, and even if you break your armor, it's not gonna affect because it still gets it. There we go. So if I'm naked, butt naked, running against a Rex with this trait, can I survive? Oh yeah, you got nothing on me, fool. This is insane. I mean, every chomp takes away from the amount of damage it's doing, but you can just restock that. Look at that. Naked Bob killing a Rex. This is another great trait similar to Lifedrinker. So basically what it does, every time you hit it, it gives you a set of armor points, which when it attacks it, the number that is there is minused by the amount of damage it outputs. Now, even if you don't have any armor on your character, it still works as a defense, which in my books, this is an amazing trait to have. So Lifedrinker is going to be the top tier, and also this one is going to be one of them. So this is the shielding, the Greater Shielding, which is going to be amazing for having on a player build when you're running around and killing stuff. And on to the next one. So we have completed all the melee traits, and now we're moving on to the next one, which is the gun trait. Now this one has again 5 sets of traits. As for the weapons it's going to affect, it's going to be the assault rifle, simple pistol, fabricated sniper rifle, long neck rifle, tech railgun, pump shotgun, and the normal shotgun. If I missed anything, do let us know in the comment section below, but I believe these are all the weapons that are affected by the gun trait. So first up, we have greater focusing. Now what this does is basically against non-allied targets, it takes 2% increased damage from the wielder for 10 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. So let's first test it without the trait. So 49 is the base damage. Let's put in the trait. So let's try it on the Rex. 49 was the per shot on the head. There we go. 50, 51. So it's increments of 1. So 59 is the max. Yep, 59 is the max. So not bad. Maybe on a higher tier weapon, you'll get more for the damage it outputs. But for a primitive, it's going to be 1 increment every shot you fire up till 5 times. And on to our next one. Next up, we have the greater cannibalizing. So basically, this is a serious decision you gotta make. Now, you can fire a gun without the ammo, which is gonna be every bullet you shoot is gonna affect the durability, which is max durability upon 100% of the ammo cost. So let's see how that works. So let's take a sniper rifle. Let's apply that to it. So I have no bullets for the fabricated sniper rifle. So let's get this checked. Right now, our durability is at 70. Okay, so let's take 1 shot out of a primitive weapon. So it went down by 9. Yep. So it's 9 per shot. 9 durability is gonna go per shot. And I don't have any bullets. As you can see, it's 0 of 0. So we shot 3 bullets, I believe. So let's shoot a few more and see how much you can shoot in a primitive weapon. 8. But then you may think like it's just 9 per bullet, like 9 durability, but it's not the case. As it said, it's the max durability divided by the 100% cost of ammo. Okay, so I'll spawn in a high level fabricated sniper rifle and we'll see how that works. So here we go. We have an ascendant fabricated sniper rifle with a durability of 370. Okay, so let's use cannibalizing trait on it. So for the primitive, as we saw, it was 9 per shot. Okay, now here we go. As you can see, 370 dura. Look at that. That is 47 per shot. So let's see how many we can take. 6, 7. That was 9 shots with an ascendant fabricated rifle. So any durability you choose, you'll get roughly 9 to 10 shots. Now, I'll leave it up to you if that is worth 1,532 metal ingots, 2,107 cementing paste, and 2,202 polymer. That's the cost you are using to get free bullets. This can be a trait where you can use in dire situation where you need that 1 extra bullet to make the kill or 1 extra trank shot. So now we swapped it to tranquilizing darts and we are going to test if we can shoot trank darts. As I said, in dire situation you can use it for taming, but let's see if this works first before I put that claim to action. So I've switched. As you can see, the icon, we have trank darts, 0 of 0. Okay, if this works for dire moments where we need just that 1 single trank shot, but we run out of bullets. I'd used a tranquilizing dart, but it took away everything. 1 bullet took away everything. But I just want to make sure because we shot in the dummy. So let's shoot on the Rex and see if we actually shoot a tranquilizing dart. So to make it into a tranquilizing dart, I don't know if this is figured out, but maybe not. So apply the trait before anything. So this is the cannibalizing trait. Let's put it for that. Okay. Then you put the tranquilizing dart. So you get the tranquilizing icon. And now this will confirm if we actually get torpor on this. Now this is just going to be 1 shot. There we go. Look at that, guys. We got torpor in. That means we can shoot tranquilizing darts out of this trait. I don't think anybody has figured this out. If they have, I'm not sure, because this is me just testing out and this worked out and was an amazing find. And if you did find this on my video, do consider hitting the like, because this is something crazy we found out, and I don't think many of them have found out about this. But you can basically shoot any ammo from the tranquilizing dart, like the shocking darts and all that, for a last effort ditch, but it's gonna take a lot of durabilities. So on to the next one. So next we have the greater trackers. Now this is just like what the name says, that every living target hit by this weapon will display that navigation for 10 seconds, visible only to the wielder. That means your tribe mates won't see it, allied tribe people cannot see it obviously. You're more likely to use this on like a long neck or a sniper rifle. I'm just showing it for an example. There you go. As you can see, that ping is gonna be for us for about 10 seconds. Okay, I really don't see a point of this because you can just do this. Yeah, and everybody can see that. So really not sure how this is going to be useful. Maybe if you're tracking with a sniper rifle for a far distance creature, maybe, but I really don't see when I'll be using this. But comment down below what you think. What are your thoughts on the tracker bullet? And also, it does not come on your tracked targets after the 10 seconds, so it is just 10 seconds. After that, the nav goes away. But that's pretty self-explained. Now on to the next one. And on to a final gun trait, which is going to be the greater ricocheting. Now this may be interesting, so what we're going to do is we're again going to use it for the shotgun, because it has the highest chance of giving us the ricocheting effect. So let's take it in the shotgun. Let's put it up here. So basically what it says is it's going to bounce off the same amount of damage to a close by creature, or bounce off some of the damage to a close by creature. So there we go, a couple of parses. Let's try this one. We want to shoot the outer one and see if it reflects on the other creatures. Okay, that one died. So I shot the one there and that one died. So yes, it does ricochet, as you can see. I don't know the radius of how far it ricochets, so let's spawn a few more. Okay, I'm not going to shoot like close. I'm going to shoot on one belly, like this one. But as you can see, it ricocheted on that one. Okay, there we go again. And I am shooting really close and far away. Not like exactly on top of the merge kind of parasite. Like if I shoot this one's head, as you can see, that one got hurt as well. So it does ricochet. Okay, so let's use it on the tech railgun. This would be perfect. So let's try its headshot. Oh, did you just see that? The rail hit that and there was a clear line that went down. So it does ricochet, but it has to be really close for like the railgun. So there is a difference in the amount of damage done, but it certainly ricochets from a creature to another creature. And also if you're firing on the same creature, it doubles down as an additional damage. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the ricocheting, but it is cool. And on to our final trait, which is going to be the armor trait. Now again, these are going to be set of 5. So as of now, there's only effects on chest pieces, but we'll have to see different kinds of things in this, because I want to see if we put a skin, can we put the trait on it as well and stuff like that. So for that, just let's test that out right off the bat. So here I have a skin. And yes, you can put it on top of skin. It'll just come as an icon. So that is cleared. So first up, we have greater catching armor trait, which is while wearing this armor, you have 20% chance to add any kind of ammo that hit you to your inventory. So as you can see, we already have the trait equipped here where we have a 20% chance to add any ammo that hits you to your inventory. Okay. So we have an assault rifle without any bullets on it. But first, what I want to try is get shot without the riot shield, and then we're going to use riot shield to see if we're defending against a turret and we can still get the ammo, or if someone shoots at us and we're using the riot shield, if we still can get the ammo. But let's see how many we get. Okay, let's take off GCM. Let's refill stats. Okay, so let's do this. 1, so we got 1 bullet, 2, 3, still 1 bullet, 4, still 1 bullet, 5, 6, 7. So we took 7 bullets and we got 2. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now let's try with the shield, the riot shield. So it doesn't seem to work with the riot shield. So we need to take the bullets head on, and then that's the only way you can catch the bullets. I really don't see a reason why you would do this, but yeah, you can get the bullets soaked in through the armor, and then you can get an additional amount of bullets or some other kind of ammo. Now, what I want to see is testing this against the Volanosaurus. So let's just do that, just for fun's sake. So here we have a Volanosaurus. Let's just test this out. Okay, pause. Did we get anything? Nope. So that doesn't work. We don't get any kind of bio stuff. So next up, we have the greater mobile armor trait. And basically what this does is it doesn't allow you to drop the speed below 60% of your normal maximum speed. Let's just see if we can just rush through this. Okay. So first, we're going to test it without wearing the armor. Let's see if there's a difference. As you can see, we're literally walking. I'm still holding sprint. And I'm still affected. And there we go. Okay. That was without the armor. Now let's wear the armor piece and see what difference does that make. Now let's see with the armor trait. As you can see, we're actually jogging on the oil and not just walking at a slow pace. It is an improvement, I must say that, but come on, this is not going to save you in the heat of the moment where something is chasing you. But yeah, you won't be walking when you have your speed affected. You'll at least be jogging. There we go. We have a Naranio here. There we go. A web, but we are jogging. But as you can see, it doesn't make that much of a difference. We're still being caught by the spider, and the webbing is still not off. Okay, and there we go. But that's not all. The best part about this trait is gonna be that you can literally walk when encumbered. Right now I have 1,000 metal in my inventory and I only have 100 weight, but you can literally walk normally, which is an amazing trait. If you can get this done and crafted by some other crafter while you're in the game, it's certainly going to be a big plus early on for that grinding farming sesh. Okay, so on to the next one. So the next one we have is the greater medical armor trait. Basically, while wearing this armor, the effects of all incoming healing is increased by 20%. It is pretty much self-explained, but let's have a look at this. Okay, let's have this here. Let's spawn in some medical brews. There we go. And let's check our health. So without the armor trait, let's pop one medical brew. Let's pop it again, because I didn't count it. So we're at 504. So that gave us about 39 points of HP. Okay, so let's put this in here. So it should be 570 plus. Let's try it again. Yep. It gave us additional 20 points of HP. So pretty much self-explained, it's going to give you 20% more healing. So if something is giving you 50, it's going to give you around 70. Anything that affects you to heal will be increased by 20%. And on to the next one. Next up, we have the greater marathon armor trait. While wearing this armor, you can run with no stamina, but hunger and thirst will decrease instead. Once those stats, meaning the hunger and the thirst, reaches 0, you cannot run. I don't have GCM on. I'm just going to keep running here till my stamina depletes. As you can see, as of now, my food and water is not reducing. It is at a normal pace. But here we go. Now let's see the water and food. There we go. Oh my god. Did you just see that food meter go down? So if you are cold or if you're hot, that effect, I guess, is multiplied because the water is still here and the food is already at 0. So I didn't go at like equal pace. So what I'm assuming is if you're hot, the water will be drained down instantly. If you're cold, as you saw in this clip, the food drained down instantly. So maybe when you're not cold or hot, it will reduce equally. So let's give that a test. There we go. Let's see. Yep, now it's going equally. So my theory was right. So if you're cold or if you're hot, the food and the water will be drained instantly according to the status effect. So keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it for the greater marathon trait. So let's go on to the next one, which is the final armor trait in this video, and that is going to be the greater cleansing. While wearing this armor, duration of all debuff is decreased by 10%. Okay, So let's put that on our armor piece here and let's give that a test. Now how we're going to test this is simple. Where's the Arania from before? I just spawned him. Oh, there he is. So let's first test it out without the armor. So let's keep an eye on what the debuff is, the time. There we go, that was 10 seconds. Let's put the armor now. So that should go down to about 8. Let's go here. Let's get webbed again. There we go. Yep, it went to 8.7, I believe. And my player went to sleep. But does it actually make a whole lot of difference having 10% reduced on the debuffs? I'm not really sure. Because if you get poison breath attacked, you're still going to get knocked out. If you get fire blast, you're still going to die. There may be a little bit chance of surviving. But not sure if that trait makes a whole lot of use case scenario. But you let me know in the comments down below if you will be using the trait for reducing debuff. But yeah, with that was the last trait, which was the greater cleansing. Not sure how I feel about this one. It's not one of the top tiers. Now again, if you did find this video informational, don't forget to smash the like button, as it always helps with the algorithm, and subscribe and share around, as that always supports the channel. Now the video for the armor trait ends here, and we are going to go a little bit on the makeshift mega lab that we missed on the previous video, which is going to be the baby fight tab. So basically what the baby fight tab is, here we have a wild giga tamed, or even if you have an imprinted baby giga and you missed an imprint on it, well, you don't have to worry anymore. Or if you want to turn and imprint your wild baby dinos, you can again do that. What you have to do is basically hold E and go into your respec creatures, and there you'll have this tab. Now this is called the baby fight tab. Click on that and you get your Gigantosaurus or Gigantosaurus, whatever you want to call it. And then you reduce the slider to 0% or any of your choice. You can put it 10, 15, juvenile stage, whatever you want. It's going to cost you element shards to make it into a baby. It's going to cost you 3,000 element shards. And let's put it in here. Respec creature. There we go. We can go on Babyfy. Gigantosaurus. Reduce it all the way to 0 and hit apply. Then the creature will again go into this animation and it will turn into small baby giga. Now then, as you knew this was a wild creature, you can start imprinting on it. As you can see, one's care in 8 hours. But yeah, that's everything for the baby fight tab and for the armor trait videos. Again, sorry about missing it on the previous video. I was really in a bad state of mind. But I think that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informational. I did put a lot of time into this and tried to find all the best things that maybe no one else found, especially with the whole Trank Dart that can be used with the Cannibalizing gun trait. So if you did find that a new find in the video, don't forget to show your love with some likes. But yeah, that's about it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informational as I did making it. And with that, I'll survive signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, peace out.